Hey guys, it's Viejo here, and we are into the second week of October 2024. Another beautiful day here on the central coast of California. We've been having something of a fall heat wave going on here. Been getting up to 80 degrees and higher the last several days, but we'll take it. There's that many more days. Don't got to run the heater at night, right? So, hey, this is part 2 of episode 2 of Wadcutter Wednesday. And if you remember from the last one, we cast up these MP Hensley Gibbs number 50 hollow base wadcutters. So these are a clone of the original Hensley Gibbs number 50. And I had cast up 2 different versions. You can actually do a third version if you want to do a plain base, but we're doing hollow bases here. With this one, I've got, original Hensley and Gibbs number 50 to do plain bases with, but you can do them with this particular MP mold. Very versatile mold, incidentally. It's really a nice one. I know our friend Thors Axe has had one for quite a while. In fact, he did a video a number of years ago when he got his. Been quite a while, but anyway, I need to go back and find it. But go to Thors Axe. I'll put a link down there in the description to his channel, and you can go sort through. He had quite a bit of good stuff back in the day, and he's been laid up lately and hasn't been able to do much. But anyway, hey, so what we're going to do today is get them loaded up and go shoot. And somebody asked me, how come we don't just do one video for each of these wadcutters? Because we got more than a dozen to do just for the 38 special. Well, if you're watching on YouTube, that would make sense because we're having to cut the videos down so short because I can't show you the casting or the loading on YouTube, and all of that's going over to Rumble. Well, if I put all that stuff in one video on the Rumble version, it would be too long. So we're breaking it up into 2 for each wadcutter. Not only that, but the casting and the loading and the shooting don't all happen on the same day either. It's 3 different days. Typically when I'm out casting, I get everything set up. I cast more than 1 mold, sometimes 2 or 3. Same thing kind of when I'm doing loading. If I'm going to set up, I might as well get other stuff loaded too. So that happens that way, and then my range is 50 miles away, so I don't get to run right out the back door when I'm done loading and go shoot them for you. So that's 3 different days, not to mention the time required to put in with editing. Between the casting, loading, and shooting, there might be 50 or more clips that have to be edited together. So it's a big process, and it's not something that I can do in one video. I just don't have the wherewithal to do that. So all that said, I did cast the 2 versions, but to keep things short, we're only showing kind of 1 version at a time. And the last time we showed casting the deep hollow points. To do the loading, we're going to show you the loading sequence if you're on Rumble for the cup hollow points. And then we're going to go shoot them both. Okay, and that actually took place over 2 different days, so don't panic when you see me wearing different clothes on a different day. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at the loading setup. And to refresh your memory, all of these 38 wadcutters, I'm loading the same charge. They're going to have different overall lengths, of course, because of the different bullet designs, but loading them all on the Lee turret press, okay, the little press that could, and all loaded with 2.8 grains of bullseye. So let's go ahead and take a look at the loading, and we're going to load the cup version. All right, so let's get that done. Okay, we've got our MP HG50 hollow base wadcutters. These are the cup style hollow base as compared to the deeper, more conical shaped hollow base. And we got some bullseye powder, some Remington number 1.5 small pistol primers, and some 4 times fired mixed head stamp range brass. using the same die setup that we've been using for these 38 wad cutters. Going to load them on the Lee 4-hole classic turret press. We've got a Lee sizing die in there. We have the Lee auto drum powder measure. And inside there is the newer style flaring spud powder through. Got an RCBS semi-wad cutter style seating stem in there, and then another RCBS cedar die with the stem removed to do the roll crimp. I'm going to prime on press. So let's get things set up. We'll run one through, get our seating depth adjusted, and then we'll do a few more on camera for you guys. There they are, 50 of those little red heads. The MP HG50 hollow base wad cutters sitting over top of some bullseye. We got Remington 1.5 small pistol primers. Okay, there's that. And to reiterate, I did load both versions, about 50 rounds each. And then we went to the range on actually 2 different days. Shot them both out of the same gun, the Ruger GP100. I have 2 of these ones. This one's stainless. This is the one we used. And I also have the blue version. Both of these shoot really well. The deep hollow point's a little bit lighter. It shot a little bit faster. But these are both down in, between 750 800 feet per second. And I'll put the velocities down in the shooting segments for you so you can see those. I like this bullet. Of all of the wad cutters that I have, this is probably my preference. The mold runs well, and because of the choices that we have, you can go plain base, cup hollow base, or a deep hollow base. And I actually think I like the deep hollow base best, but it's a close call between these two. Okay, so let's get to the range and do some shooting.
She's doing what she can with the cards that she's been dealt. Yeah. There's not much else you can do.
So sad.
No control in this situation. The helplessness stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
If I had been here, if I hadn't gone on vacation, and the guilt associated. Like, oh, so we're over here having a good time at Disneyland, eating cotton candy. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, you didn't have any indication. You had no idea. You had no warning.
Or she would have been here on vacation at Disneyland.
She didn't know. I mean, you can't live your life expecting something like that to happen. If you see something, you do something about it. But I don't, you guys get it done.
Yeah, and we try to tell them that, and that's, it's you. There is no control here. You have a decision without.
All right, there's those 12 rounds of the MP HG50 hollow base wad cutter. Not great, but over here and those 2, the rest of them went in pretty good though. Not bad. 12 rounds of the MP HG50 hollow base wad cutter with the deep hollow base. I got 3 of them out there kind of far, but the rest of them clustered in there pretty well. Not bad. There we go. The GP100 eats those things for breakfast. Okay, it loves to shoot those. And I like shooting them, you know, down there in that 750s. What did we get for the deep hollow one? 791. That was the fastest of the two, being lighter weight. Okay, a little bit lighter weight than the Cup. It's easy to handle, boy. They're just really smooth shooting out of this fairly heavy revolver. I really like to go shoot those things. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, got something out of it. If you got questions or comments, or maybe you've got this mold, I know a couple of you guys out there have it. You can share your experience down there in the comments. But from the Viejo bench for now, that's all she wrote.